Hi everyone, my name is Ronnie Phillips and I am the TA for Intro to GIS 3500. This video is going to be about how to remotely connect to a desktop and use ArcGIS Pro on that remote desktop. Uh, to do this, we're going to go over two separate things. We're going to learn how to install the VPN that you need to use. And then we are going to download an app called Remote Desktop, produced by Microsoft. And we're going to connect to that remote desktop and show you how to log into ArcGIS Pro. So first things first, what you need to do is you'll start out by going to vpn.unt.edu. And we'll go there. It'll ask you to enter your EUID password. Well, if I can type my UNT password here. And there we go. You'll get this splash screen here. If you get this just basically says you're going to go by what UNT tells you to do. And don't use this resource for anything you shouldn't. We'll continue. And here we're going to come to the AnyConnect. Well, this is basically the list of services. From here, we're going to click on AnyConnect. And this is actually how we're going to download the VPN that we need to install. So we're going to go ahead and click on Start AnyConnect right here. We'll click that, and then we're going to download for Mac OS. So we'll go ahead and click that. It'll download. Doesn't take very long. You may get a pop-up that asks you if you want to allow downloads. Of course, you're going to click yes on that. So it is done, and we're going to go into our downloads directory. For me, it's here, and I'm going to scroll up to this. Keep in mind, I'm not a native Mac user, and this is I haven't done this very many times. So if this is a little clunky, please keep that in mind. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and click on that file to go into the package. And we'll see here we've got this deal here. We're just going to double click on that. And it's going to ask you if you want to install it. And of course, you're going to hit continue here. This is the licensing agreement. Go ahead and read this, and then we'll hit continue. Of course, we want to agree here. And this just tells you how much space it's going to take up on your computer. If you want to change the install location, I don't recommend it, but if you want to and you know how to do that, you can. We'll go ahead and hit install. I need to enter the password for John's computer here. There we go. And so it should install here. And it tells me that the installation was successful, but saying I also have attention required in big red letters. Basically, what we need to do from here, we need to go into Open Preferences. And that's going to pull up your privacy and security. Mine appeared behind everything here, but let's go ahead and pull this out to the side. There we go. Okay, and so we're going to go into Privacy and Security here. And we're going to scroll down until we see System software was blocked from application Cisco AnyConnect. This is what we want to allow. So we're going to click on Allow to allow that. Type in your password again. There we go. Unlock that. We're going to go ahead and, of course, hit Allow here. There we go. We're enabled. So we'll go ahead and hit dismiss on this. And so we'll go back over to here to the install window. The installation is successful. We'll go ahead and hit close on that. It's going to ask you if you want to move the installer to the trash. You can move that to the trash. You don't need it anymore. So we'll move that to the trash. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and clear this out too, because we don't need that anymore. And we can close out privacy and security here, because we don't need that anymore. And so now we need to actually start the application. So we're going to click on Finder, which for me is down here. And I'm going to click on Applications. And I'm going to find that, here it is. It's this first one here, Cisco AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client. We're just going to go ahead and double click on that to open it up. The first time you need to go in here, you'll need to enter this vpn.unt.edu. I've done this before on here, so it automatically populates for me. But you should only have to enter it, one time. So we're going to go ahead and hit connect here. Go ahead and connect to that VPN. And so we're going to put in our password, our EUI or our UNT password. Here. So for me, there we go. It's typed in for me. We'll hit OK. Oh, login failed. Great. Let's try that one more time. And we'll hit OK right here. There it goes. I don't know why it didn't go in that first time. Maybe I had it typed in wrong. But anyway, you have to go ahead and accept this to connect. So we'll hit accept. Excuse me. Okay, and so now that we're connected, you'll see this down here. This is the VPN. You'll see that it's running. That's what this little block icon is right here. If you want to disconnect from that, when you're done working, you just go ahead and click it and disconnect from it. We'll go ahead and close this for now. I'll close this too. And so from here, we're done with AnyConnect. We need to go into the App Store and download an app that will allow us to access UNT computers. And that's going to be called Remote Desktop. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Remote Desktop here. You'll want to use Microsoft Remote Desktop. That's the one you want to do. So we're going to go ahead and download that. Generally does not take that long to download. But of course that'll depend on your internet connection. And now it's installing. You may have to enter your Apple ID and password for this. If you do, go ahead and enter all that good stuff. Okay, so once it's loaded on the system, we can go ahead and open it. So I'm just going to click open just to open it quickly here. There we go. I'm going to close the App Store. And so we have Remote Desktop installed. I'm going to put this over here for the time being. I'm going to come back into my browser here. We're going to go to, here's the website, https:// it's IT service, if I can type correctly here, IT services .cas.unt.edu/COVID-19 labs. I'm not sure why we have to go to that, but that's what it is. So we'll hit return. And this is basically showing you how to access remote labs, well, the UNT computer labs. So what we need to do from here is we need to find either CSAM1 or CSAM2. You can see that both of these are geography, and these are actual real computers that sit in these rooms here in the environmental science building. So once you find CSAM1 or CSAM2, it really doesn't matter. You can choose connect to a PC, or you can choose on either one. Generally speaking, you're going to find more available in the evenings than in the middle of the day. I'm recording this at almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm going to connect to a CSAM2 computer because it looks like 20 are available, and I just don't want to take up somebody else's stuff here. So I'm going to connect to a PC in CSAM2, and what you'll notice is that it downloaded something called CSAM2 NV340. It downloaded this file right here, RDP, and that's just basically a remote desktop file, right? So now that we've got that downloaded, what we're going to do, let's just, you can go into your desktop, or I'm sorry, downloads. Should be in the downloads. Here's our downloads. And we'll scroll up to that, and we'll see that this is right here. So let's just go ahead and double click this. And it's asking us for our user account. So there's a special way to get into this. We're going to write students, there we go, backslash, make sure that slash right there slants this way, not the other way, this way. So it's going to be students, and then your EUID. And then for your password, it's just going to be your EUID, regular UNT password. Let's hope it takes mine the first time this time. Continue. Okay, so from here, it's just telling you that, well, this is no big deal. It's telling you your connection may not be secure. It is. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. And it says it's configuring the remote PC. And what ends up happening is that the remote desktop app automatically opens. And this is the screen that you'll come up on. So we'll go ahead and hit OK here. And it will log you into this computer. So we're going to go ahead and wait for it to log me in here. Excuse me. Yep, it's preparing Windows. There we go. Okay, so this is a remote desktop, and like I said, this is an actual computer in the geography building. There's a couple of different things that you need to remember here. And you'll probably want to write this down and make sure that you do this, okay? When you download that remote desktop file, you only have to do it, well, it's not going to assign you the same desktop every time that you log in. So what you need to do is when you do any work, you're going to have to first, well, I'll just show you an example. Let's go ahead and go into Google Chrome and go into Canvas. Everything that you do needs to be done on this remote computer. Don't download files from Canvas to your Mac. It needs to go to the remote desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and log into Canvas here. We'll expand this out. Okay. So we're going to hit login. This is me. Done. Okay, so here is Geography 3500. And for an example, I'm going to go ahead and go into Lab 1 here. And there are some things that you need to download. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to go into tester software installation. Now, there is a week 0 zip file that you need to download here, right? But you want to download this to the remote desktop that I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and hit download here. Well, we'll click this and hopefully it will download. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so week0.zip downloaded right there. And it goes in, by default, it should go into your downloads folder. There it is. Okay, so what you need to do from here is you need to put this on your OneDrive. Okay? And all of my OneDrive stuff is, right here. Because you may not be able to get back on that same computer, you won't be able to access any work that you've done to it unless you save it to OneDrive. OneDrive is saved on the cloud, so you can do any work on that. So what I'm basically just going to do here is we'll hit copy. Come on. Copy. No, not that. Well, here we go. Cut. There we go. Okay, so I've just cut it. I'm going to go into the OneDrive system. I'm going to make a new folder. If I can. New folder. And I'll call this week 0. Week 0. We'll go in there and I'll just paste that file. It'll allow me to paste. There we go. There we go. And so from here we can unzip this file and do whatever we need to do to this file. So like I said, make sure that everything you do is saved on OneDrive. You'll access OneDrive. You'll access OneDrive through. You'll go when you have ArcGIS Pro open. You'll access OneDrive. So make sure that all your files are stored on there. You can unzip it from here. Do all that good stuff. So now that we have that covered, let's go ahead and go in and figure out how to log in and open and log into ArcGIS Pro. Let's go ahead and scroll to that. We'll scroll over here to ArcGIS. And then you'll see ArcGIS Pro right here. And we'll wait a little bit for that to open. It can take a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to click on that right there. And you'll enter North Texas here. And then we'll just hit continue. And you'll click on this blue button right here. And then we'll enter our EUID and password to log in. There we go. Hit log in. And there we go. You'll see up here in the top, don't worry about this, the software update, but if you look underneath that, that's me. I belong to the University of Texas. That's, so I'm signed in. And that's pretty much it. From here, you just, basically follow out the lab. Generally speaking, whenever I have to follow a lab, I will have the lab open either on a separate monitor or on my phone. So that way I can look through, I can read the instruction while I am, going through the lab. So I can read the instruction on my phone, do the lab over here. So, and to close it, it's pretty easy. You just hit close and you're done. Now, when we're done, when you're done working and you have, you've made sure that everything is saved to OneDrive, make sure that you log out. You must log out from these computers, otherwise it's going to start throwing errors, right? And the way that you can do this is you can, well, if it'll work for me over here, you can right-click on power over here and hit disconnect. There's a variety of ways you can do this. We'll just go ahead and hit connect here. So that will log you out of the computer. There are other ways to do all this stuff. You can hit sign out on here. That'll sign me out of the computer. You need to be signed out of the computer when you're done. Otherwise, when you download a new remote desktop file, it's going to show that you're still logged into another computer, and it won't allow you to log in. So make sure that you log out after you do this. Now, you only have to do all this stuff one time. We've got the remote desktop, that app is installed. You don't have to download AnyConnect every single time you do this. You don't have to download the remote desktop app every time. The only thing you need to do after everything is installed is just connect to a PC, download that RDP file. It'll go into your downloads. There we go. All you have to do is double click on this, download it, double click, and it'll automatically open, as long as your AnyConnect VPN is running. So that's basically it. That's how we log in and do all this stuff in ArcGIS Pro. I understand this video is a little bit long. Like I said, you don't have to do this every single time. Excuse me. You don't have to do this every single time. The next time you come in, all you'll have to do is just go to this website right here, connect to a PC, download the RDP, double click on it, it'll open automatically, and then you can log in to ArcGIS Pro and get to work. It's not really that difficult, but if you do have any questions or can't access one of the computers for some reason, please let me know as soon as you can. I prefer to be somebody to get a hold of me on GroupMe. That's usually the fastest way to get a hold of me. You can email me if you like. I don't mind that, but it generally takes a little bit for me to get to my emails. GroupMe is on my phone. It comes up pretty much instantly. So I can usually get to you. If I'm not asleep or in class, I can usually get to you pretty quickly. So anyway, like I said, give me a holler if you have any questions, and that's about it. We'll see you.